Hi, everyone. Welcome. Donna Kay here, coming to you live. I have a quick question for all of you tuning in. Okay. How are you really feeling about back to school season? I want you guys just to drop me a comment which one you relate to the most. Okay, number one, are you excited about going back to school? You love the structure, you love the routine. Number two, you feel stress. Just thinking about it makes your chest tighten. Or number three, are you dreading it? You already know the meltdowns and the phone calls, they're coming. So go ahead and pop your answer in the comments. Are you feeling number one, number two, or number three? Because whatever you're feeling, this live is for you guys. Because today we're talking about why most back to school advice just doesn't cut it for ADHD families and what actually does. Now, for any of you that don't already know me, my name is Donna Kay. I'm a board certified health and nutrition practitioner, and I specialize in working with families of children with ADHD, helping them to naturally reduce those challenging ADHD symptoms. And I'm really excited to be jumping on here this week to talk to you about back to school. Now, let's get started. Guys, if I'm tuning in and you can hear me, just give me a wave in the comments. Say hello where you're tuning in from. I am from sunny Seattle. I know I don't sound like it. For those that don't know me or haven't watched me live before, I'm originally from Australia, but I've lived in sunny Seattle for, I don't know, over 10 years now. But I'm going to get started. So we've all seen the normal back to school tips, haven't we? You know, the perfect planners, the Pinterest worthy routines, brand new backpacks. These work for neurotypical kids. But for our kiddos with ADHD, they miss the real issue because here's the truth. Okay. Most back to school advice is focused on the wrong problem for ADHD kids. It's focused on organization, and it needs to be focused on regulation, and specifically regulation of the nervous system. So think about it. When ADHD kids walk into a new classroom, all these new sounds, these new rules, these fresh demands, their nervous systems can go into overdrive. And once they're dysregulated, even the fanciest planner won't do a thing. So, what does nervous system dysregulation look like? Go ahead and just type me in the chat if you've seen any of these from your child. Okay, so meltdowns over the smallest things. Maybe they have school refusal and that starts before even the day starts. Or if they've got sleepless nights, or a child who just seems to be upset about everything and you don't really know why. These aren't behavioral issues, they're biological red flags. Your child's nervous system is screaming for help. So today I want to flip the script. Okay. Here's what actually works for ADHD families and what we can do to set them up for that back to school success. Now, in the next couple of minutes, I'm going to share 5 back to school tips that can make a big difference. The first 4 might you might have heard of them before, but the last one is likely something that you've not really thought about. So make sure you stick around for it. Okay, so tip number 1, a solid morning rhythm. You know, not a rigid routine, but predictable ones. You know, the same steps in the same order every single day. Wake up, bathroom, get dressed, breakfast, backpack, out the door. And visual checklists can work wonders. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, sensory strategies first. Our kids need sensory input before the day even starts. So you can try jumping on a mini trampoline. Okay, that really gets those neurons firing in the brain. It helps with detoxification. You can cozy up in a weighted lap pad, offering a crunchy breakfast, or playing music with a steady tempo. Even a vibrating toothbrush gives them. You know, these micro movements really prep the nervous system for the day ahead, and they're so simple. Tip number 3, create smooth transitions. You know, you can use countdown timers, a transition song, or visual cues that say, Here's what's next. ADHD brains don't like, those sudden shifts. They need time to ease into anything new. Okay, so let's review the top 3 quickly for those that have just jumped on. Number 1 is create a solid, predictable routine. Number 2 is give some sensory input first thing in the morning. And number 3 is create smooth transitions. Now, number 4, practice, do a prep with a practice run. Before school starts, a week before school goes back, you can set an alarm. You can walk through your morning flow. You can even drive by the school. Trying these dry runs really eases anxiety and also builds your kids' confidence. And this is a big, and this is big. These tips won't likely work unless we address what's happening inside the body, which brings me to tip number 5. Okay, the one that I told you guys to hang around for. The one tip I told you that you might not have heard before, and it's to support the nervous system from the inside out. No strategy is really going to work long term if your child's nervous system is dysregulated. So, yes, doing these things I've already mentioned can definitely help. Having a consistent routine, using sensory strategies, practicing it ahead of time, they're all good things. But the key that many parents miss is this one. You have to regulate the nervous system from the inside out. Okay, so now you might be wondering, okay, well, how do I actually do this? It's not just one thing, though it'd totally be nice if it was just one thing, one and done. But instead, it's a combination of a few things like reducing inflammatory foods. I talk about it a lot. Artificial flavors, colors, gluten, things like that. Nourishing the body from the inside out with nutrient dense foods like those whole fruits, vegetables, healthy fats, protein sources. And it looks like supporting the body with targeted supplementation. I like to do it after testing because every child is unique, but there are definitely supplements out there that can calm that dysregulated nervous system. It also looks like making sleep a priority. This needs to be a non-negotiable. It could also look like building in daily movement and gentle detox practices. Now, I know that sounds like a lot, but guess what? You don't have to do it all, okay? Small, slow steps consistently taken. That's how real change happens. And you also don't have to do it alone. At the ADHD Thrive Institute, we guide families through each step so they know exactly what changes to make and how to make them. I actually got a message from a mum in our program. Her name's Tiffany. I want to just quickly read part of it for you guys because I think that you will find it super encouraging. She said that she doesn't even know where to begin. There are no words, but only happy tears for this post. We cannot thank this program enough for all the support and encouragement throughout the entire process and the continued success we're having. Over a year ago, we came across a Facebook post and it all sounded impossible. How can changing our son's diet and helping his gut health help him thrive? We were willingly to try anything after the point where they tried all types of medications for their 6-year-old son and nothing was working and it was only making things worse. Their son ended up in hospital from what they believed to be overdosing on ADHD and anxiety medication. And that just breaks my heart. And his little body just couldn't take it anymore. They were told by the psychiatrist that they wanted to start this process of weaning off all the medication, and she disagreed. But they were very persistent and they trusted their gut. And they're saying, thank God they did. They decided to homeschool him during the period while they weaned him off the medication. And then they came across a post from me and that it changed their lives forever. And she said that they can't thank us and our program enough. We owe them everything. Her son was nominated and presented with an award for all of his hard work, all of his good choices and positive behavior at school. And they call it the Raw Kid Award. Respect, ownership, accepting, ready. And his face said it all. They cried when he was presented. So, Tiffany was at her breaking point not long ago. Her 6-year-old son had tried every medication for ADHD and anxiety. If you guys are tuning in, have you been in that position? I was in that position with my son. He was on 3 meds and the doctor wanted him on a 4th. Nothing was working. Things were actually getting worse. They were desperate. I was desperate. They were exhausted. They were willing to try anything. And then she found us, and now he's off all medications and he's thriving. And this was something she used to think was 100% impossible. But when you calm the nervous system, what I've been talking about today, impossible becomes possible. Okay. So if you're ready to get off the chaos carousel, if you feel confident heading into the school year, if you don't feel confident heading into the school year, I want to invite you to book a free call with my team. We will chat through your child's unique challenges. We will build a custom plan for you. I've actually blocked some time off in my team's schedule this week so we can accommodate these calls. So just make sure and schedule that call. You can literally write call on this live or on the replay, CALL right here. And we'll send you a link to schedule that via PM. On the call, we will talk about your child, what their health history is, the things you've tried in the past, and why they haven't worked. We'll talk about your goals for your child and for your family and why you want to reach them, what might have prevented you from reaching them up until this point. And then finally, based on what we uncover there, we'll share a customized game plan specifically for your family to reduce your child's ADHD symptoms with everything that we teach, lab testing, supplements, food, all of those things. And if you'd like our help, we can discuss what that looks like. Now, as I said, just drop the word call on this live or on the replay, and we will send you a link via PM. We do have limited spots available on our calendar. So I want to make sure that those of you that are really serious about this, getting started this school year on the right foot, then definitely go ahead and book that call. Now, just to review those 5 tips one more time. Create a solid, predictable routine. Number 2 is give some sensory input first thing in the morning. Number 3, create smooth transitions. Number 4, prep with a practice run. And number 5, calm the nervous system from the inside out. I hope this live has been helpful, guys. As always, if any of you have any questions, please don't hesitate to send me a PM directly or leave me a comment on any of my social media channels. I want you guys to have a successful, happy, calm, back into school season. I look forward to talking to you this time next week, and I will talk to you all soon. Take care. Bye.